Okay, welcome back to day 345. 345. The last sequential. The last sequential number of our year. Of this year. Tick tock. Yeah. You ever think about that the new year can be any day? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, where this is such high quality. I haven't sat here in so long. Oh, because I clicked the OG one. This isn't a screen recording. This is the actual download from the actual video. No wonder it's so clear. It's so good. Wow. So nice. The sun exposure isn't too bad. Well, I mean, it is because it's fluctuating in their video, but it's a really nice balance. Like the sharpness, like it's really sharp. Wow, I didn't realize there was that stark of a difference. But this is downloaded in like legit what they saved it as, like what they had it as version. It's so clean. It's like wearing glasses. Did I ever tell you guys about that? Where seeing leaves really sharp almost made me cry when I put my glasses on, because I said I needed glasses for more than 5 years. Oh, more like 8 years, until finally I went to the glasses place and they're like, I got you, fam. And I'm like, cool. Yeah, because I think I was around 17 and I was in elementary school when I first mentioned it. So anyway, so when I first put it on when I was like 17, I put on glasses and I looked out my back window and I saw in what we call the forest, it's a dense area of trees, very dense tree, so there's a lot of leaves under it, because obviously we don't, so it's nature. So, oh god, it's so clear. Anyways, that's what I said when I put on my glasses and I looked outside, and the leaves were so clear, and the trees and the branches and the leaves on the floor weren't a blur of yellow and red and brown. It was each individual leaf. You could see them, and it was this moment where I just like had to realize that it was just so clear. So this is just so clear in comparison to recording it, like screen recording it on my actual phone for the one on my laptop, and then screen recording it of a recording here on my computer, a screen recording as well. But this is just so, like, you can see so much. I didn't realize. Wow. Everything is just so crisp. Wow. You can see the debris on Mark's pants and back of his shirt, and each individual strand of his hair when it zooms in. And wow. Each like the detail on his makeshift armhole in his shirt being so bad. So bad. Just yeah, how long have he had that cut shirt? Just fix it, man. Just fix it. Didn't realize. Wow. Anyways, when I found my glasses, when I saw each individual leaf, I got emotional because it was essentially seeing something that I haven't seen since I was in middle elementary school. So like 7 or 8, and I never saw it, and I never saw it before, and to be like, oh my goodness, there's just, it was like seeing something that I haven't seen in 10 years, and oh man, it was absolutely amazing. It was such a weird thing. It almost made me cry to see how beautiful nature was, in detail. Because I would lay on my back in the grass and look up through the trees, and it was so beautiful. And it was this weird moment when I realized it wasn't me not seeing the beauty in the world, it was me literally not seeing the beauty that was the world. It was such a moment where I was like, wow, like, it hit me. It really hit me, that moment, that things are still so beautiful. It was just that I had a disability that I didn't know of. And it happened where I took a picture of when I was on vacation, and when I came home I went, wow, I wish it was this sharp in real life. It was so nice. And my siblings are like, yeah, it's a nice camera. I'm like, yeah, it's so amazing. You see all the details of each of the buildings, and my siblings are like, yeah, okay, dude. And I was like, can I not really see the beauty when I was there? And then I realized, no, I really couldn't see the beauty when I was there. I didn't have the eyesight, and do not realize I had a disability, as common as needing glasses. It was a very, very odd, and I could only imagine being able to, they were like, well, I would hate to be, diagnosed with a disability, but to realize that it isn't you not enjoying it, it is that you can't, and there are ways to enjoy it differently. With glasses, obviously, it's actually seeing, but realizing you have ear damage and being able to possibly have the option of hearing aids, and realize that maybe it's not you not enjoying life, it's that you couldn't. Or if walking is painful and it's easier to use a cane or crutches, a walker or a wheelchair, and you can actually, instead of going, ow, I'm in pain, actually taking in things. It's such a thing that people don't realize, that not being diagnosed is not better than trying to live life with no disability. Being diagnosed is better, so you can actually be like, no, like, I can look in a tree and know that it's like, well, it's just my eyesight. It's not that the whole world is like this. It's, so it's like, if I had trouble walking, it's not the whole world is pain. It's just my ankle or whatever, or my back or whatever, knees, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah. I didn't realize I was going to go into a spiel, but I am. Well, I did. We're done now. We're done. You can see the little droplets of water on his chest. Did not realize how clean this video was, because usually it doesn't open, or sometimes it doesn't open. It's because I think it's whenever my computer needs a certain update, that's when it doesn't open. So I'm just taking it in, man. Just taking it in. The Missing Life Show shirt that Ethan is wearing every day of this COVID, every day of this year. When I see that, it just is so real. Like, it just gets worse every time, because it's been over a year since they put out this video, and it's been almost a year for me since started watching this, like, and for COVID to still be here and so strong, it's ugh. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of this video, by the way, because I was watching. So what happened is I watched Taskmasters in New Zealand season 2 first, and I watched that, and then I went back and watched season 1. I have not finished. I think I'm on the last episode or so, whatever. And it's just fun. I watch it when I upload these videos usually. And what happened is, in the video, they mentioned one of the comedians drinking his own pee, and everyone's like grossed out, and I'm just like, I hear that friggin' every day. This line of them. Every day I beg that he just backs out. Just back out, Mark, it's not worth it. Also, your safe word is so annoying. I hate it because I saw someone else make a joke about a safe word, but it was a 2-word safe word. And I'm like, no. Like, make it, I don't know. Because, like, it's like, bro, you have, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Wow, it is so detailed. I forgot how to clean. Well, this scene, this moment isn't. The rest of it is. This is blurry as hell. There it is. That second camera isn't good. I did not realize, wow. Yeah, bad year. But yes, anyways, I was watching the first season of Taskmaster New Zealand. I never watched any of the other ones. If I'm really desperate, maybe. It's just not worth it for me. But anyways, what happened is that the first season and second season both have a guy named Guy, and it was so funny for me because it was like, you really looked at a baby and went, yeah, he's just a little guy, you know what I'm saying? And just like, oh, okay. And then people are like, shout out to all the trans guys named Guy, because you just go, yep. And it's so funny to me because it's just like, yeah, I guess. And it's like, and out of 10 contestants, 2 of them are guys. That's 1/5 of the contestants were named Guy. Who names people Guy? You know? Anyways, I saw a picture of my married in uncle. married an uncle for the first time when he was like 14 or 15. For the first time. And it was very funny because it made sense, but also didn't. You know, it was like, oh, okay. It kind of took me a while to realize who it was. I was like, oh, okay. It was very odd. And then I showed my sibling someone who I thought looked like that, like my uncle. But that photo, not now, old. But my uncle, he's Asian, and the thing is that I showed the picture, and my sister was like, well, kind of like that guy, but more Asian. And I'm like, this guy is Asian. At least that's what I remembered. But now I looked him up, and people were like, just called him mixed, and I was like, I'm very, very certain I heard him say that he was Asian, but then people are complaining about him because he's not a great guy, so I'm not going to name him. But people are complaining that he now said that he, now he doesn't identify as Asian. But people are like, I'm like, wait, are you? So now I don't even know if that's true or what, or because obviously my grandmother came from Ireland. I have never claimed Irish heritage because, or culture, you know, because I never grew up in that culture. I never did. I have that genes, but I don't have the culture. It's just something that I don't. Versus my mom, who literally moved here when she was 18, and I grew up in her culture. So, anyways, so I understand not identifying with it, but now I'm like, but bloodline or ethnicity wise, are you? I don't know. So, and I didn't go too deep because a lot of people are awful human beings when talking about him, and he's not a great human being himself because obviously he has grown up, or seen, I guess, not grown up, seen a lot of hate. I looked him up for 2 seconds and I saw a lot of hate on him. And as much as I personally don't agree with him, I ain't gonna send hate or comment hate about him, especially calling out his ethnicities, ethnicity. I'm not about to do that to a guy. Who cares? I just wanted to know if I was correct. Being actually this guy is different Asian. I can only assume because I couldn't find out his ethnicity, so I only heard someone saying, I think they said that his parent or his mom or something is this, and I was like, okay, but I don't know if that's even true, so I can only assume a different ethnicity. But anyways.